Hello, everybody. Welcome to Derby Day, and it's a pleasure on this Friday evening to join Darryl, Maree, and Daryn Burroughs. The boys are in form and been studying all week as the fields came out for what is going to be a £5 million pick six as far as the Derby itself is concerned. And the race day itself does attract some really quality runners. And welcome, Darryl, Maree. Good to have you on the show again.
Yeah, thanks, Clyde. A great day ahead of us tomorrow with two grade ones, a grade two and two grade threes. As you say, some decent horse flesh on show for us. So it's a racing enthusiast dream at the moment.
Good, Daryn. How you been playing this week? You've been striking a few?
I striked a couple this week. Today was very close, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow's meeting. Some great racing, great racehorses. And I think we can point the punters into the right direction and find them some good value.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Excellent. Let me ask you then, the pick six, R5 million is the talk as far as this race is concerned. The opening leg of the pick six race number 4. That's what they're looking for. And this is a pinnacle stakes and it's over 1,000 meters. Whilst we're chatting about it, let me just quickly, if I may right now, just show the betting. I think that'll help us to show the betting on the opening leg of the pick six. And if you'll see it over there, the first leg, we've got from to bet true to life, top of the boards at 18-10. You then got the second choice, 2 Eden Rock at 28-10, 1 Chimichurri Runners 9-2, and the 5 Bold Ransom 5-1. 7 Anna Capri's 11-2, and then you can get 10-1 about the other two in the race. But true to life, 18-10, opening leg of the pick six. Is she strong enough in the first leg, being a R5 million pool? Can we secure it? Let me go to you, Daryn, first. Or is it the type of race that we're going to have to look to put runners in?
We have gone a couple of runners in the pick six, but True to Life is one of my best bets on the card. Her course and distance record is awesome. And if you go on a line of form with Bold Ransom, she's about 2 kilos better off after beating him 2 lengths. And I think she's going to be running at them late. And it's not going to be an easy win. I think it'll be a tight finish, but I do believe that True to Life will get the upper hand late. So True to Life for me is the horse to beat. Over the bottom weight, Anna Capri, with only 50 kilos on her back. And she's a speedster. She's got a lot of speed early. And she could try and get away from them. Others to consider are Chimichurri Run and Eden Rock, but I would have preferred them over the 1160.
Okay. Darryl, what's your take on the opening leg of the pick six?
Yeah, Clyde, I've added a few in over here, just based on the fact that True to Life was scratched 3 weeks ago with colic. Now she's having a prep run for the computer form sprint. So she's not going to be 100% tuned for this race. So that's the reason why I backed her up. I backed her up with horses that are racing fit, the likes of Chimichurri Run. I know the distance, there's question marks of the distance with him and the stable companion Eden Rock, who surprisingly has never won over the 5 furlongs. But I do respect their chances. The bottom weight, Anna Capri, although she won a penultimate start, I was a little bit disappointed that day. She did fly jump at the start, but she made heavy weather of it. She was slung in on that occasion and she disappointed in her next start. So for me, the race lies between the 1, 2, and 4. And I think we'll get through the first leg of the pick six, but we've just added the 7 in for extra cover.
If it's not going to be a True to Life, then from your side, it sounds like Chimmy, because it's a 5 furlong and that he's won more 1,000-meter races, so to speak, that he's probably the biggest danger. But I respect both your views, and that's what we're going to do, is look to cover as far as the pick six is concerned. If we move on from race 4 and we go on now to race number 5 on the card, which is the opening leg of the Jackpot, and have a look at the market over there quickly, just to see how they're betting. What's your take on the opening leg of the pot? So let me start firstly with you, go back to you, Darryl. I mean, MK's Pride he's been a decent sort of that, there's no doubt. We know about that. I mean, he does seem to be a very, very good horse. You think MK is the right one in the race?
I think the speed on will suit him, because in his penultimate start, he did manage to get a little bit of cover and he finished the race off well. I actually believe his last 2 starts have been his best 2 to date. I think he's still improving. And I do make him the one to beat, but he's giving a lot of weight away to the young 3-year-old fillies in Celestial Love and Varina. I think the race lies between the three of them, but MK's Pride last time out, he traveled 3 wide up the Turfentine Hill and he fought on doggedly, and that was against a very, very strong field. I think if he just gets a little bit of cover, I think he'll be running them down, but I respect the bottom weights in Varina and Celestial Love, who are still improving and have still got some a bright future ahead of them. So for me, I'm happy with those three, but we have thrown in Al Sakit. For me, I think he's probably biting off a little bit more than he can chew at this stage of his career. I think he's thrown in the deep end of he's out at the weights. So for me, the race lies between the 1, 6, and 7.
Okay, Daryn, what's your take on the race?
I agree with MK's Pride. The 1100 meter trip is a little bit sharp for him. So he's going to hit a flat spot at around the 400 and then quicken up smartly late. If he'll get there or not, we'll have to wait and see. But the speed's going to be on. Horses like Celestial Love receiving 8.5 kilos from him. We actually landed a gamble on her last time, and I think she's very well handicapped again. So Celestial Love to be the biggest danger to MK's Pride. And then horses like Varina and Al Sakit. Al Sakit is unknown. He's done nothing wrong, but he faces a lot stronger than last time out.
Okay, so it's again one of those races that, as far as the pick six is concerned, we're going to have to put some horses in. That is the man of war that we're talking about. We go on to the Harry Oppenheimer horse Chestnut Stakes over the 1600 meters, and I'm a big fan of Got the Green Light. As you know, I thought that his last start was exceptionally good. I had a chat with Joe Somer as well on the phone just to get some sort of idea as to what's his take on this particular horse, and he said the horse has come on really nicely. So I would suggest that for this particular event, that this is certainly the horse to beat. What do you guys think?
Yes, definitely the horse to beat. Got the Green Light. He is slightly better over further, but over the 1400 meter trip in the Hawaii Stakes, it was a cracking effort. After a very long break, he's going to come on a lot from that run, and he is the class horse in the race. So Got the Green Light, one of the best bets on the card, will take some beating. The dangers will come from a horse like Express from the US, who is 2 kilos worse off with Got the Green Light on his run in the Hawaii Stakes. But he ran a cracker, drawn 10 out of 11 that day, and the rider lost the whip at the 150 meter mark, so maybe he would have got slightly closer to the winner. So Express from the US, and the 3-year-old in the race, Copper Mountain, over this trip, third in the Guineas behind Malmus, only a length and a half off. He received 2.5 kilos, so it could be a runner. Okay,
Darryl, what do you make of it?
Yeah, Clyde, that was a cracking comeback run. There's no doubt about that. And he's going to enjoy the step up to the mile. But in my opinion, this is his minimum trip. He's a 2,000 plus or so. So his class could carry him through. But he's got one style of running, and that's he likes to be given a chance. So he's drawn a little bit wide. And I'm actually playing to beat him. Although he's undoubtedly the horse to beat, I'm playing for an upset of year because I've got some bankers in my personal pick six going forward. So I respect the likes of Cirillo. I think last time out, I didn't really fancy him having his first run since returning from Cape Town. I think he's going to get the run of the race. He likes to go forward. He's got a great draw, and I'm hoping that he can get there quite comfortably and reserve some energy for the latter stages because he's certainly got tons of ability, and at his best, he'll give Got the Green Light for his money. I respect Express from the US. He's a top class miler. He's got a great turn of foot, and he finished right alongside Got the Green Light last time out. There is a little bit of a weight swing which favors Got the Green Light, but there is not much separating them. I think the race lies between those three, and for my personal pick six, I'll be shouting either the 2 or 3 home. But very, very healthy respect for the favorites, Got the Green Light.
Yeah, okay, me too. I think that everybody's got an opinion, obviously, on the show. We have to have one. and I think got the green light. I was just very impressed with the way he won his. I mean, he ran his last start, that 7 furlong, the way, his preparation, all of that. I know that you're probably right in that 2,000 meters, that's his game, but he's a serious racehorse. The 7th race is the Wilgeborst Drift SA Oaks, and the question here, of course, is all about War of Athena. And Daryn, she's odds on to win here. I mean, I think she's something like, I'll get the betting up for you, she's something like 4 or 5 to 10. What's your view on her?
She is going to be a very hard horse to beat. The 2450 is a question mark. She is by active war out of a Requiem mare, and I think her class may carry her through, but I don't think it's her favorite distance. I think she gets 2,000 meters, but the 2450, we have covered her with Netta. Netta ran a cracker behind her last time out, and I do think that she will stay the 2,400 meter trip. So we have thrown the 2 in, but I think War of Athena, her class may carry her through against a field of this quality.
Okay. Darryl, what do you think?
Yeah, Clyde, I think this is going to be a stiff run, 2450. I think the likes of either Sacred Lotus or Lotus herself is going to be out there to set the pace and try to put a chink in the armor of War of Athena. But I looked at her dams, family and siblings, and she's got 3 half sisters. And take note of this: the first half sister won over 2450, the second half sister won over 2200, and the third half sister won over 2000. So one has to tend to believe that she does have a little bit of stamina on the dam side, but they are going to stretch her out of here, so she is going to be put to the test of here. But I'm hoping her class can pull her through. I think she's certainly the one to beat, but she is a little bit skinny in the markets. Netta got up to her last time. She got up to her hindquarters, but she wasn't making an impression over the last 100 meters. War of Athena actually was kicking away from her. So I do believe she'll hold her. But if you're looking for a trifecta horse, the filly that is definitely going to get the ground and will stay all day is the stable companion, Ideal Jet. I think she'll strip fitter, and I thought that was a great Oaks trial run, where she gave weight away. So that was more eye-catching than what it appears on paper. I think she's one to fill in the trifecta, but for me, I'm shouting War of Athena home, and let's hope brings home the bacon.
Okay, let's see how good she is. And for Daryn, that, as you said, the biggest danger is going to come from the Paul Peter stable in Netta, right?
Yes, definitely. Ideal Jet does stay the trip, and last time out she gave the field a lot of weight, so you have to respect her for the placings.
Okay, good. That's the 7th race. The World Sports Betting South African Derby, of course. Mal Moose is all of the rage over here. The way he's won the first 2 legs of the Triple Crown has really been impressive in the manner that he's won, and now he's going over the 2,450 meters. Let's go to Darryl Maree on this. Just how good is this guy, Mal Moose, Darryl?
Yeah, Clyde, wasn't that impressive last time out? He looked like he had a race on his hands going through the 400, because second base was moving just as well as him. But your eyes just had to focus on Luke, because he hadn't moved at that stage, and he was just basically toying with him. And when he picked him up, he only picked him up in the last 150, and he was actually putting distance between the horses, between him and the horses behind him. So his half brother, or is it his full brother? I think it's his full brother, Captain Splendid, has won over a mile and a half. Mark's very confident that he'll get the trip. He's the one to beat, and he'll take a power of beating, a little bit of luck in running, and we should see him in the winner's enclosure. But second base on his day, he's got a great turn of foot. And I'm just wondering if maybe he didn't get there a little bit too soon last time out, because he did hit the front, close to hitting the front 400 out. So maybe with a little bit of more patient ride to see out the extra, if he can reproduce that turn of foot of this distance, he might just give Malmoose a scare over here. So if the rest does lie between those two, I think for a trifecta horse, and a horse that caught my eye last time out, is Validus. I know he's huge and roughy, and he's got no chance at the weight, but just something caught my eye. He was staying on slightly at the finish over there, and I thought to myself, next time out in similar company, going over a little bit further ground, I'll make him a hard horse to beat, But unfortunately, now he's bumping the likes of Malmoose in second base. So he's my trifecta also here. 1, 2, followed by the 10.
1, 2, followed by the 10, who's at any price. Daryn, you've always been a second base fan. What's your take? Do you think he can run Malmoose over, or is Malmoose going to be too good for him?
Well, I've tried to beat Malmoose with second base in the Guineas and the Classic. I thought in the Guineas second base, the mile would be a bit sharp, and that proved to be. But the Classic, he had every chance, and Malmoose quickened past him the final 200 meters. I do believe that both of them will get the trip, and the race does lie between them. Malmoose was super impressive in the Classic, and I think on his dam side, he will get the trip. So Malmoose, narrow first selection over second base. And as Darryl touched on Validus, he's out at the weight, but he's going to improve tons over the 2,400 meter trip. And I do believe he could be a spook at a big price to fall the trifectas or the quartets.
So you also like it, huh?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's interesting as far as Validus is concerned for trifectas and quartets and the like, as we now move on to race number 9 on the card, which is the final leg of the pick 6. And so you've heard the guys, they're obviously very keen on Malmoose, and they're keen on War of Athena, but it doesn't seem like from a pick 6 perspective that we're going to be able to absolutely depend on them by the looks of things anyway. So that's going to be quite interesting. The 9th race on the card, final leg of the pick 6. Let's quickly take a look and have a look at the market here. And here you'll see that number 3, Chestnut, is top of the boards and is currently trading at around, what price is that? 3 to 1. With 1 Atyab is at 7 to 2. Tyrus Express at number 8 is 7 to 2. 2 African Adventures 4 to 1. As I said, I spoke to Joe Soma in the week, and he was just saying to me that as far as he's concerned, better over this distance, the 2850. You know, the further he goes, the better he is. And then you got the 5 Imperial Ruby, who's 7 to 1. It's 10 to 1 and better about the others. Go to Daryn Burroughs for this final leg of the pick 6. How do you see it?
Very tough race, 2,800 meter race. I do believe that the horse to beat is African Adventure. I think you're going to see big improvement from that last run over the 2850. This is more his game, the distance. And with 56.5 kilos, I think we're going to see a lot more from this horse this season. So African Adventure, my narrow first selection, over horses like Chestnut. She won a very good race last time with 61 kilos on her back. She drops down to 55.5 kilos. She's about 3 kilos better off with Tyrus Express on that last run, if I'm not mistaken. And Chestnut will be thereabouts. And the top weight Atyab with 60 kilos. The pace is going to be with Atyab, horses like Odd Rob, out of your league. They like to go handy. And so I do believe it might be a genuine pace. And Atyab will be staying on at the finish. He stays all day. And for the minor positions, Tyrus Express, Sunshine Silk, and the up-and-coming stayer, Captain Chorus.
Okay. Captain Chorus, the 25 to 1 shot. Darryl, what's your first choice?
Yeah, African Adventure, Clyde, of this distance. I think the extra 400 meters is certainly going to be up his alley and further. Like Daryn was touching on, possibly a gold bowl horse this in time to come. He certainly stays all day, and he just keeps finding. So he's definitely the one to beat. But Chestnut was very, very gutsy last time out. We didn't actually give her much chance because she was she had a stiff task at the weights. And she was so gutsy, and she just fought off Tyrus Express, unfortunately, on that occasion. But she's fairly straightforward, and she'll be well positioned and well placed. You have to respect her chances. The likes of Imperial Ruby, he stays all day. He'll be staying on at the finish. And Sunshine Salt, she's won this race before with Marco van Rensburg up in their hands. I won't be shocked to see her win. And the horse right at the bottom of the race, Captain's Chorus, with 50 kgs. I know he's under sufferance of year, but he does stay very well. And with 50 kgs around the 2850 on the stand side track, the Turfentine, he has to be respected. So the race is open. But if I had to put my my colours to the wall of here, I'd go 2, 3, and 10. But it's wide open.
Okay, wide open. The final leg of the pick 6 on the card here at Turfentine. Now, what we'll do is basically show you what the boys like as far as their selections are concerned. And we'll start immediately with the pick six, which reads as follows. Just tell me if I've got it correct. First leg, 1, 2, 4, and 7 in the opening leg of the pick six. So we're going a few runners. Second leg, we're going 1, 3, 6, and 7. So a couple of runners in the first leg. Second leg, the same. Third leg, Samuel Banker got the green light. I think very, very hard to beat personally. The guys are looking to cover in case with Cirillo and Express from the US and number 11, Copper Mountain. So don't leave those out for their pick six play. Then they're going 1 and the 2, which is War of Athena and Netta. They little bit of doubt in one of the guys' minds about her stamina, although they're all hoping War of Athena wins, but that Netta's that could be a danger. And the with Malmoose there's a danger too, because there are 2 runners loaded there, 1 and 2. And then the last leg, as you heard from the gents, it's an open race. It's 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, and 10. I think we've got all of that covered with the general consensus that African Adventure is the one to beat. And it's 179.20 cents for 10%. Otherwise, you can spend whatever your, of course, budget allows you to do. The buy pot quickly. Daryn, you want to just take us through the buy pot?
Yes, the buy pot. First leg, 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7. We're not taking any chances there. All lightly raced horses, so it's tricky. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 by 1, 3, 6, 9. By 2 and 4, by 1 and 7, by 1 and 2, by 1 and 2, 320 Rand full unit.
Okay. Then you got your play, your best bets. You're going True to Life and got the green light. Those are your best bets on the card, right?
Yes, my best bets, True to Life, got the green light. And then my value bet to start off the day on a good note, Royal Wolf in race 3. I think he's going to take a lot of beating. I think that Golding's done the trick, and an Ameritrated 80 handicap, I believe that he's a better horse than this, and I think he could follow up on that last victory.
Okay, interesting value. Royal Wolf recently made a winner, but liked by Daryn. Darryl, your 2 best bets on the card?
Yeah, fairly straightforward for me, Clyde. I'm going to be shouting War of Athena in the third leg of the Triple Tiara, and I'll be shouting on Malmoose in the third leg of the Triple Crown. So I'm hoping they'll do the business for the punters out there. I think a lot of the pick sixes will be hinging on those 2. Personally, I'm playing to beat got the green light in my pick 6. So if I beat him and the other 2 win, I could be in the pound seats. Let's see how it turns out tomorrow.
Okay, well, it's going to be interesting to see how you play it. There seems to be 2 play. Wish you guys all the best of the weekend. Happy Easter, everybody. And thanks all so much for watching. We'll catch you again next Friday night. Cheers for now.